Okay, so I've gone a bit crazy and I've gone onto the Banggood website and I've ordered a massive selection of measuring and set out tools to help with my workflow. Now, I'm going to let you guys know what I find in terms of quality, build, how accurate they are. Now, I've been using this for quite a while, well over a year, and I find it absolutely amazing. This was bought from the website, and I've shown you these before. These are clamping squares. They are perfectly square. I've not had a single problem with them. And this is the clamp. You clamp this to your piece. This is for sort of awkward corners and stuff. I've got a set of those. They were from it. So now I'm going to dig into some of the other stuff which I think is going to really be helpful in my workflow. This is a little mini T with the spots on for the little pencils. Got a flexible ruler. Just wanted to see how good it's going to be for building. It's not really what it's for, but for helping building crazy templates and stuff. So we'll see how good that is. Got this little angle gauge. And I thought the best way to kind of review these was to do it in one go, and you can really concentrate on if there's any problems with the quality or whether it's not very accurate. My feeling is that it's going to be pretty good, to be honest, because I've not had a problem with anything before from here. Pop-up pencils. And this feels really heavy built. Now, delivery to the UK was, I think, about a week, not much more. Yeah, this feels really good. This is kind of an engineering. It looks super accurate. It's in some nice packaging. Now this is something I'm hoping, this feels really good. This is a jig for finding the center and drilling. So that looks really well engineered, and it's got a little stop there that slides. And then this again. Looks to me like it's come out of the same place that they made this, but it slides really nice. I'm going to check all the measurements, got the pinhole there and the marker. Mark the middle. Just a cool little pen. Okay, so we've marked the middle using because it's a bigger pencil, like a regular pencil. Use that one, or we got the really small one. Let's just check that, see how accurate that is. Okay, that's spot on now. Let's try it with a more much finer pen. Let's just quickly try that in the other hole. Yep, so that's bang on. I would imagine I could even use my punch for that. Just make sure it's not going to make the hole bigger. Yeah, does that fit? Yep. Now, as I say, I'm not going to use it that often for dowels, but I will use it for drilling. So I'll push that on there now, and we're going to try and drill a hole, see how straight it is. So it's perfect. It's really, really good. It's found the center instantly, and I know you can make your own jig, but I think this is a really cool little device. So now we've drilled the first hole using the center finder here. We can now take the marking gauge out. So I started that at 10. We can now drop that in, put that down on there. Really tight fit. Again, mark the center, and then we can go in and drill that, and it really is a tight fit. In fact, I'm probably going to struggle to get it out. There you go. And now we've got, and we could obviously repeat that and come down here And if you're going to use dowels, or even just want to centre up a hole, I mean, that's a really quick way of doing it. To be honest, I don't even have a system that's this quick at marking out holes. So I've got one of these kind of router template formers, flexible. I've had it for years. But I thought I would try this bendy ruler out. I mean, it might be handy for measuring as well. It was really inexpensive. But I was just wondering if I could come up with some shapes and mark them out. And I've got to be honest, for marking out shapes, it's okay, as you can see, but it's very hard to get an accurate circle, so, or even close to. So probably not going to be using it for that. But I'm going to keep it in my drawer, and if I need to measure something that's going around a corner, you never know, it might be useful. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing a line with my only woodpecker. Now I love their tools, I've got to be honest, really, really good. So let's do a clean bit. The end line there, this one. I use that as my reference because that's probably my most expensive straight edge. Now you can see that as I bring that up. That is spot on. This is something I use. I don't expect this to be absolutely spot on because it has a moving part, but if you look, it is. So that's really good. That feels good. And then this little bad boy, I really like the look of this because I love the sliding rules on them. And let's look. So that is, again, that is spot on. And when I move up there, yep, it's really good. So that's a really handy tool. Now what we've got with this one, obviously, as opposed to the others, we've got a 45. So we can do, if we come up to a clean bit here, put a 45 on. Now my best 45 is this Stanley. So I'm just going to double check that with there. Can you see that as I come up to it? It's absolutely spot on, so there's nothing wrong with that. It feels good as well. It's quite heavy, that. Really nice. Hello, mate. Mason. Got a little friend in here. Where you going? Double check these while we're here. These are the clamping. Let's get that lined up. You can check it against itself. And it's spot on. So there's nothing wrong with the accuracy of these tools. They are absolutely perfect. Now, let's go in and use the 10mm mark. Very hard to see on the camera, I'm afraid. You can see it there. And I'm going to go ahead with my woodpecker, and on the 10mm, which is there, I'm going to come in into that, go back. And that is, just go over it. It's perfect. Now, I really like the woodpecker stuff, but being in the UK, I just find it really expensive. And I must say, these smaller tools, I do tend to knock about a bit. I'm really careful with my TS600. I use it as an absolute reference. But I've got to be honest, I work a bit, sometimes I'm working quick and I might drop something on the floor, and the thought of spending £100 odd on something like this. This one's interesting because it's adjustable as well, so even if you do knock it, I would imagine there's a way to get that back square. Okay, and then finally on to the last one. Now this is slightly different because this one's really heavy. This is steel, and it has some of these little sub-mil for offsets, which is why I bought this one. Really handy. It's 0.1 of a mil here. I've checked all of these with really accurate measurements, and they are all spot on. Just checking this steel one for how good it is as a square, because it always makes it useful. And again, it is absolutely spot on. This one has this kind of weightier end, so you can, feels great. I've got to be honest, this feels great, really heavy. So really nice for marking. I really like, as you've seen, I love these sorts of marking gauges. I think they're so cool. That's the Craig one. But this, I don't know, this steel one, you can put your finger on that and push it along. It's just really nice. I love using these magnets. And I'm going to look for some of those on Banggood because I could do with a load more of those magnets around the place. So I'll put links in the description. But I've got to say, this lot here was about £100, and I think that is amazing value for money. I've got to be honest, I'm really not even surprised, because I say I've been using this for years and it's been absolutely flawless. I've got one of these now, which is an adjustable version. I find this much easier to use than that. This is just much quicker, much bigger to grab on. So I'm going to be using that instead of this now, all the time. That is very handy, and a miniature version of my TS600. Now I'm not comparing this at all with Woodpecker. I love their tools, I've got a lot of their stuff, and if I was in the States, then it's much cheaper, much sort of simpler way to buy the Woodpecker, especially when they're doing one-time tools and stuff. But for us in the UK, the shipping's a bit expensive. There are places you can buy some of the Woodpecker stuff in the UK, but I would say this is excellent value for money. You could stick this in your pocket while you're working, you're not worried about it. This is absolutely brilliant. I don't have anything like that, and I'm so glad I bought it. That's probably the most expensive thing here. I'm going to put links in the description for all of this, and I'm going to be going on Banggood looking for loads of other stuff now, because there's loads of little gadgets. I've even seen profile on Banggood, so I'm going to look into how much the shipping is of the profile, because it looks good value and you can buy bundles of it. Yeah, so just wanted to give you an update so you can see. You're going to see me using this in the shop, and you may be asking where I got it, and now you know. Thanks for watching. See you later.